What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Justin Colby, and on this video we are going to talk about my top 6 ways to survive the next market or economy crash. Check it out. Hey, what's up guys? I am Justin Colby, and on this channel we talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. And today we're going to be talking about the pending economy crash or market crash that seems like everyone is talking about these days. So I want to give you my 6 ways that I'm protecting myself, and hopefully it's some good advice for you to go out and protect yourself, because I'm old enough to have gone through the market crash. As a matter of fact, I am a victim of the last market crash where I lost my home to foreclosure. I walked away from $40,000 of credit card debt. Oh yeah, and the repo man took my car. That was fun. So I'm shooting this video in hopes that none of you actually have to feel that type of financial pain. So please pay attention. This is a really important video. In fact, if you're thankful I'm even recording this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you have not yet, make sure to turn the notifications on so you know when I drop my videos, because I drop 3 a week. All right, so the first one I want to bring up is reducing your debt. Reducing your liability is huge. As you just heard my story, I lost my home, my car, and walked away from credit card debt. Now I had $40,000 in credit card debt, which is massive. I should not have had that. I also had a $100,000 Lexus, and I had a brand new build $500,000 condo. So you can imagine I was living very well. Now at the time, I was not living above my means, but who would have known the crash was pending? So what I would tell most, if not everyone out there, regardless of your age, try to live below your means as best as possible. If you can afford a Range Rover just because you can afford the payments, but then you're not able to go out to dinner because you don't have any money left over, you should not be driving a Range Rover or anything like that. Make sure you also don't have a ton of debt. Make sure you are trying to pay off that debt as you go. Many of you are probably watching this and you own a home. See if there's side hustles that you can have or other ways to create more income to pay down this debt. So if and when the market does take a shift and roll backwards, you don't have these big obligations. You don't have this massive loan because you were able to continue to pay it down. Every dollar over your monthly minimum is paying down your principal. Make sure you are paying more than just your monthly minimums, especially when it comes to credit cards. You should, and I should have not had that much credit card debt. Nobody should. That is living above your means because you are living on credit. You should be living with the amount of money that you can afford to live. So ultimately, guys, you should stay away from having high balances on credit cards. Now, having credit cards, in my opinion, is a great thing. I think you should have not just a credit card, but you should have multiple credit cards. I think as a moment in time, and I don't have them all here, I'm close to about 18 to 20 different credit cards right now. And by the way, they all have either 0 balance or less than 20% balance on them because I learned my lesson back during the crash. Now, point number 2 I'm gonna bring up is you need to have an emergency account. You need to have money set aside in a bank account that was going to help you last and afford to live for 6 months without changing your lifestyle. Now, what I mean by without changing your lifestyle is maybe you stop going out to dinner as often, but you do not need to go sell things to be able to pay your bills. You can live your normal day-to-day. You do not need to sell your home or your car or anything else valuable to pay your bills. You can actually continue living your day-to-day life as you always have because you have this emergency fund. Now, the best way to do this, in my opinion, is to have a separate savings account. You need to be able to hold yourself accountable not to touch that. When you want to go to Hawaii or you want to take a vacation, that is not what this emergency account is for. This is quite literally a oh shit factor account. This is where the economy tanks, you might lose your job, something drastic happens, and you're able to afford to continue to live the same way. So no, this is not a savings account to buy the new shoes you want or the vacation you want to take the family on. This is so you can survive in the state of emergency. Now, point number 3 I'm gonna bring up is actually partially about point number 1, which is the side hustle. The side hustle is massively important so you don't have to have high debt. Like I said, I walked away from $40,000 of credit card debt and I had the repo man take my car because I had such high car payments. Now, if I had a side hustle on top of what I was doing back then, I could have easily been living with no credit card debt at all and or been able to pay off massively my car. I had my car for many years and I just didn't pay more down on the note than what was owed. I would always pay the monthly minimum. Well, that's not how you should be going out and living life. So I should have had some level of a side hustle. Hopefully that side hustle is something that you could do from home, or potentially these days like Uber or Lyft or something that you could do mobily. But that side hustle should be paying down that credit card debt, the car debt, or even your home debt. You should have some level of making extra income, hopefully that you can do from home or online somewhere so that it can be done anytime, anywhere, and you can live anywhere. My favorite side hustle and something you can do from home is wholesaling real estate. You guys know that. It is incredible the income you can make from wholesaling real estate. You can do it in any market, anywhere, anytime. By the way, if you're interested in learning more about wholesaling real estate or building a wholesaling and flipping business, and you want to talk to me or my executive team about me coaching you, go ahead to thescienceofflipping.com, fill out the simple free application. One of my executive team will reach out to you to see if I could be a great coach for you to get you to that next level. Okay, so now let's talk about how the economy's been appreciating for the last 14 years. You guys likely have money, and if you don't, you really should have some money. Now let's talk about what you should be doing with your money, because I'm a firm believer you should continue to invest your money. Now, point number 4, I will say, is this cash on hand. You need to have some dry powder. This is completely different than the emergency fund I'm talking about. This is just having enough money to be able to continue to invest in other opportunities that come along. You don't need to have 6 months of savings. That's the emergency account. This is, you need to have a little something for yourself, a month and a half, 2 months worth of lifestyle that you don't need to struggle on. And in fact, I would encourage you to go into point number 5, which is continuing to invest by dollar cost averaging in certain things, such as stocks or even cryptocurrencies. As most of you guys know, the crypto world just plummeted over the last 10 days. You know what I actually did? I continued to dump money into it. I continued to invest because I was able to have enough dry powder, income, and money to do that as the market was going downwards. That is how now, as it rebounded another 30%, I have had big gains again. Even though it's not up to where it was, I dollar cost averaged on the way down because I've taken this piece of advice and made it really important in my own lifestyle that I dollar cost average when it's going down, and I continue to invest no matter what. You need to have cash on hand. You need to have that dry powder so you can continue to invest even when times aren't great. And lastly, guys, diversification. Now, for most of you, you know I'm a real estate investor, and just within real estate investing, I'm diversified. What does that mean? Well, I'm diversified because I wholesale, I rehab, and I'm buying and holding properties. So let's just say the market tanks and all of the homes start to lose their value. Well, I probably don't want to be rehab flipping, right? Because the market is actually going down. Now, do I want to be buying and holding? Absolutely, because my ROI, my return on investments, start to become better and better because people always need a place to live, and renting homes is easier for people, especially if they are in a little financial pain. They're not going to be able to afford to buy a home. And on top of all that, I actually am wholesaling homes, which generates a massive amount of revenue each and every month that I'm putting in my pocket. I'm doing dollar cost averaging on other investments. I'm buying rentals, and just within real estate alone, I am diversified. And that's not even counting the cryptocurrency and the stock markets that I've diversified in. Not only am I diversified in those two, I'm diversified within those two. I am not all in on just Bitcoin. I am not all in on just Tesla or Amazon, I'm actually diversified on all of those. So I have 5 different coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Omi, and Shibu in the cryptocurrency side. I've invested in all 5 of those. I also have, I think, 5 or 7 different stocks that I've invested in. Just in stocks, I've diversified between Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, and several other nice blue chip stocks that I believe in that will have the long haul. Now here's the key. Yes, they go down like they just went down, but I continue to dollar cost average, see point number 4, and I've been able to actually make money as I start to bounce back. But all in all, even in the top 3 ways to invest, which I do, which is real estate heavily number 1, crypto number 2, and stocks number 3, even within all 3 of those pillars, I'm diversified within them. And that is where you can really be safe and protect yourself. Because let's just take stocks, for example. Sometimes the technology stocks are tanking and other stocks are going up. That's why you want to be diversified. Same thing within real estate. Rehabbing might not be your best play, but wholesaling could be incredible. Same thing in cryptocurrency. Maybe Bitcoin goes on a huge run, but Ethereum doesn't. You want to have diversification in your portfolio. And if you do all of these things well, then I know you'll do one last thing really, really well, which is smash the like button. I would greatly appreciate that. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If this is something you enjoyed, make sure to share this video with your friends and your family. I would greatly appreciate it. And lastly, if you are interested in real estate investing, go to the Science of Flipping, fill out the application. Someone on my team will get with you to see if I could coach you to build the business you want in wholesaling and flipping homes. I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.